Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at an expansion for a game that we like quite a bit, and that game is called My Little Scythe, and the expansion is called Pie in the Sky. Pie in the Sky is the first expansion of, I don't know, hopefully many, because this is a good game, for My Little Scythe. And this plays 1 to 6 players from Stonemaier Games. And what this is going to be doing is it's going to be adding an airship that all players can take turns controlling. It's also going to add a different in-game condition where you have to have 5 trophies instead of 4. There's some other differences that I want to show you when I go down to the table. I'm not going to show you a complete playthrough because I've already done a playthrough of My Little Scythe, and this doesn't change the basic gameplay. So I'm just going to show you what's in the box and kind of tell you how it's different. So let's go down to the table, check it out. All right, so we're going to take a look at the expansion to My Little Scythe, and that is called My Little Scythe Pie in the Sky. And I'm going to do this one a little differently because I've already done a run through for My Little Scythe. Basically what I'm going to do in this is I'm going to show you what comes in the box. And I'm going to tell you what makes this different than the base game. So what this expansion adds that changes the game. So that's what we're going to do in this one. So first thing I wanted to do is kind of show you all the components. So there's the box. We're not going to go into that. There's Automa rules if you want to play by yourself, the Auto Mountie, the actual rule book, and some achievements that you can unlock should you wish to do that. Some stuff on the back as well. So you can, have some goals for yourself. We'll move that box out of the way. Now let's look at everything that comes in. So the first thing that comes are 2 new characters. So we're going to have the foxes, which are really cute, and we're going to have the owls, also adorable. And they're going to come with their trophies, their pie, and their friendship marker, and their pawn, so you can move to select some actions and all that stuff. So that's going to come. It's also going to come with an extra trophy for everybody. So there'll be 5 trophies now that triggers the end of the game instead of 4. So you get 1 extra trophy for all the other colors. That'll make sense when we go over this in a second, but that's another thing that comes. There's also going to be a new seek action, which is you're going to put on top of the current seek action, which is going to let you roll this die. So this is the die that's going to be moving the airship. It's going to have a couple sides. It's going to have trophies, which is going to let you move up to the amount of trophies you have left on your player board. So at the very beginning, you're going to be able to move 5. As you start placing trophies on the board, you'll be moving less. And there's also a 6. You can move up to that amount. You don't have to move that amount. The trick here is also you have to be able to move to where there's an apple or a gem on the board. So if you can't move in this amount to one of those spaces, you're not going to be able to move. You can always move 0 if there's something where you are, because 0 to the number is a valid movement. So this will give you something that you're able to do to let you roll this die to be able to move the airship. It's also going to come with 2 new quest cards, which are going to be Sky Pirate and Captain Milestone. Same kind of thing. There's going to be a good thing, a bad thing, and then a no thanks. If it's a no thanks, you're going to slide it back into the bottom of the deck. So, that's normal. Just going to focus on the airship and the cargo holds a little bit more. You're going to get 2 new make tiles that you're going to mix in with the rest of them. And you're going to get 2 new move tiles that you're going to mix in with the rest, just to kind of, be a little more airship specific. Then we're going to talk about the main function or the main addition of this expansion. So this is your airship player board. These are going to have a couple different things. One, they're going to have a place for a 5th trophy. So that's why the 5th trophy is coming into play, because now we're going to have this that we can store the trophy on. Going to have a cargo hold, which you can use to store the goods that you pick up from the airship. And it's going to have a special ability, and it may also have a gadget. So in this case, this one has this gadget that would come along with it that you'll be able to use. So you'd have your normal player board out, and this will go onto the side. And it's just going to give you a special ability that you're going to be able to use with your airship. So the way that this works is when you move your airship using the seek action, you have a couple options. You can move to a location that has a gem or an apple and pick it up. 1 gem, 1 apple, pick it up, put it in your cargo hold. There's no limit to the amount of items you can hold in your cargo hold, and whenever you're using your characters to make a delivery, Like say I had 3 apples and I needed a 4th. If I was in the middle of the board at the castle, I could take my 4th item out of my cargo hold even if the airship isn't there, which is pretty cool. So it's just extra ways to make those deliveries a little more easy. All right. Or if you don't pick up a good, you can use the ability on your player board. So I'm not going to go into that a ton, but it's going to let you put this token down. It's going to do some things for you and just give you a little more flavor. So there's, I think, 9 different ones of these. So there's that faction. Here's the new one. It's going to come with the replicator. Same thing. You can use it for the ability or use it to pick up gems. There's this one. It doesn't come with the gadget. This one has a spotlight, which does come with the spotlight. Same thing. You pick it up, you use the spotlight when it applies, or, you know, so on and so forth. This one comes with the harpoon, which is pretty neat. This one comes with forbidden pie, which is the orange token. Same thing. Pick up the gem or use the special ability when it applies. This one does not have a gadget. Trophy dropper, which is interesting. It does not have a gadget. I don't think. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. I haven't played with all these. Nope, not that one. Then we're gonna do this one. We have the magic vortex, and we'll have this one, which is telescope. So all these are gonna do. They're all gonna function similarly. They're gonna have some different powers. They're gonna either be a hex that has the gadget or a region of the board. So if I'm in like mountains and, you know, I want to use my airship, it will apply to that region. So that's the main difference of the game, is this and the airship and rolling this die. One thing I wanted to talk about with the airship can never go to the castle. When the airship is on the board, it doesn't count as being on a hex. So normally if you move into a hex with a character, you have to have a pie fight with that character and do the thing. But since the airship flies above the board, none of that happens. It also can't go into a player's home base. And if you take a gem from a hex where a person is, you lose 2 friendship. So it's kind of like, you know, stealing or winning a pie fight or whatever. So that's kind of some special rules for that. That's the gist of everything that's in this game. Otherwise, you play the game exactly the same. When you're setting it up, you're going to place this on the board, and then everybody's going to be moving this around based on the seek action, how far they can move, and they're going to be able to either pick up gems or apples or use a special ability. That's it. So if you want to know how to play My Little Scythe, there'll be a link in the, I'll put something up in the eye so you can go check it out so you can see how this would interact with that game and see if this is something you want to pick up. So that is the Pie in the Sky expansion for My Little Scythe. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Pie in the Sky, the expansion for My Little Scythe. Gotta say, this is really cool. I like My Little Scythe. It's a shorter, more streamlined, easier version of Scythe. Plays in 45 minutes as compared to 2.5 to 3 hours. And it's a good time. Yes, it's light. Yes, it's simple, but it's fun. And this makes it maybe a tad bit longer because you're trying to get that 5th trophy. But it makes it more fun because everybody gets to command that airship, which is awesome. So like I showed you in what you can do in this game, I didn't show you a run through, but I showed you and kind of talked you through what you could do. On your turn, if you're taking a seek action, normally you could just put out the apples, the gems, and the quest. But now you can put out all that stuff and roll the airship die and see how many you're allowed to move. So based on your trophies at the 6, you want to go to a spot to try to get some gems and some apples, put them in your cargo hold, so you can use them to make deliveries later. Because if it's in your cargo hold, even though if the ship is not in that space where you're going, it's still your stuff. So which is cool. It just gives you access to more things. It's harder to steal those. You can't get stolen from a pie fight. Some of the cards will maybe let you steal, but then they're going to lose friendship and all that mess. So just cool. It's also having other factions is neat. So you get the foxes and the owls. That is sweet. So having 9 different characters to choose from is amazing. So yeah, they don't have different player powers really, other than the airship. So when you have your own airship board, you're going to have your own little player identity. So you will have kind of an asymmetric player power, but outside of that, they're just different shaped characters with different colors, which is still cool. The different move and seek power-ups, they don't really change the game a ton. The 2 quests, you just shuffle them in. Just more stuff to make decisions on. The big difference of this expansion is the airship, and everybody sharing that, having the ability to be able to use it or pick up the apple or the gem. That's the only difference. So you're going to play the game like normal. You have the airship there to give you a little bit more possibilities. So it takes a great game and makes it even greater, better. I don't know. You decide. So I'm not going to give this a BGM accepted seal because I don't do that to expansions. I very rarely do that to expansions. And because this doesn't change the game a ton, I'm going to stick with my original My Little Scythe BGM seal. That you can find that in if you go watch that video. So that was My Little Scythe Pie in the Sky, the first expansion for My Little Scythe. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.